I remember I first learned about the Cinema Interruptus in 1969 when I was teaching a film class in the University of Chicago's Fine Arts program. I knew a film critic, teacher, and booker named John West, and he gave me this wonderful idea. You know how football coaches use a stop-action 16mm projector to study game films? You can use that approach to study films. Just pause the film and think about what you see. You ought to try it with your film class. As I thought more about this idea, I began to have a number of doubts. Would I be able to find a movie that wouldn't bore the audience? Will this movie help us learn new things? Will it last long enough? I started to worry about whether or not this would be a success. Nevertheless, I decided to give it a shot anyway. I walked up to the Fine Arts building more nervous than I'd been in a long time. Here are the rules. At any time during the movie, anyone can call out "stop" and talk about what they're seeing or what just occurred to them. After I explained it to the class, they all looked at me, puzzled. "I know it sounds daunting," I said, "but let's try it at least." The lesson got off to a slow start at first, but our conversations really picked up as we went on. In fact, the results were beyond my imagination. In 1975, I began to do Cinema Interruptus at the University of Colorado Boulder's Conference on World Affairs. It was a hit at the conference as well. The founder of the conference, Howard Higman, later called the Cinema Interruptus Democracy in the Dark. Howard Higman is also the man who gave Cinema Interruptus its name. For the next 30 years, I was at the center of Cinema Interruptus. Over the course of these 30 years, I had many meaningful conversations with many people. In 2011, Cinema Interruptus was renamed Ebert Interruptus in my honor. On top of that, I've made my mark on Colorado history and had fun doing it. But in spite of all that, my greatest achievement was the mark I left through the Conference on World Affairs. By showing kindness and courtesy to my audience, the wisdom and knowledge to help them learn, and the freedom of speech to my audience, we've changed not only Colorado, but the world. And for better, no less.